Hi, folks. Welcome to the review of the second day's play. What a brilliant day it has been. The day didn't start too well for us, but by the end of the day, I think every Indian supporter would have been smiling all the way. And thanks basically to that brilliant right arm fast bowler, Jasprit Bumrah. What a bowling performance he has come up with today. Absolutely brilliant. On a pitch which didn't do much in hot and humid conditions in Vizag, with England actually calling the tune at one stage at 114 for 1 when the Indian shoulders were dropping. It was Bumrah who literally changed the complexion of the game. Literally, there was that one wicket which Akshar Patel had to get rid of Crawley because Crawley was a very, very dangerous batsman. He was really ramping up the score, going after all the bowlers, including Bumrah. I think he got 16 runs off one Bumrah over. Yeah, he was hammering Mukesh, he was hammering Ashwin, he was also hammering Kuldeep Yadav. So he really was the batsman in form and he made use of his reach. He's about 6 feet 6 inches tall and his reach really came in handy. But once he fell, thanks to a magnificent catch by Shreyas Iyer at point of the bowling of Akshar Patel, Shreyas, in fact, ran backwards, maybe about 15, 20 yards backwards, and pulled off a brilliant catch, absolutely brilliant catch. It is catches like these that really win matches. And today we saw the Indian team, a totally different Indian team, especially after the fall of that Crawley wicket. They were aggressive, their fielding was brilliant, and it was the Indian team of the old. If yesterday they looked a dejected lot, today was different. Today they were attacking, they were aggressive and this was the Indian team of the old. The bowlers were also attacking. The fielders were on the job. And look at Shubman Gill. What a three brilliant catches he took at slips. All three brilliant. He also took one catch at short mid wicket, but the catches at slip were absolutely brilliant. And I think the way he caught and the way Shreyas Iyer caught that catch, this was an different Indian team altogether. And for that, a lot of praise, a lot of credit has to go to Jasprit Bumrah. The way Bumrah was bowling today was absolutely magnificent. To get to a target of 150 wickets in 34 tests, which makes him the second fastest in the world, is absolutely brilliant. He's done very well in so many countries. He's done well in Australia, he's done well in South Africa, he's done well in England, and now he's done well here in India. So literally what it means is he is an all-round world-class fast bowler. And he proved today why he is. It was not that the pitch was doing anything, the pitch was doing nothing. There was not too much of bounce, not too much of seam or swing or nothing. It was more or less of a flat deck. Maybe the odd ball was doing okay, but otherwise it was a flat deck. But on this pitch, as soon as the ball started reversing, Bumrah was magnificent. He was like a tiger, unleashed. And the way he bowled to the Englishmen, I don't think they had any answer to him. The way he priced out Root was priceless. You know, he had a couple of deliveries coming back at Root, and suddenly one lifted and left him, and Root's bat was drawn to that ball. What a magnificent delivery that was, and what a brilliant catch was taken there at slips. So that changed actually. The minute that happened, you could see the entire Indian team. They had taken their game to a different level. And the way they Bumrah came back and bowled that brilliant Yorker to Oli Pope. And Pope was the batsman who had scored that magnificent 100 in the first test and taken England to that brilliant victory. But this today, the way Bumrah fooled him with that Yorker, it was a huge in-dipping Yorker, and that was basically because he was getting the ball to reverse, and he was reversing it brilliantly. When Bumrah reverses the ball in India, he's a different bowler altogether. And today we saw why exactly, because time after time the English batsmen were struggling against him. They didn't know which way the ball was swinging. He was getting some to come back at them. He was getting some to leave them, and he was shifting his lengths. He was the complete package today, and bowling at close to 140 kilometers per hour. He was a complete package, and I don't think a single English batsman can say that they were comfortable against him. The 6 wickets that he picked up today was ideal. It was great for to see an Indian fast bowler in Indian conditions bowling with such control and running the opposition over. Of course, he had very good support from Kuldeep Yadav, who also the left arm spinner. He picked up 3 wickets, and the Indian bowling, especially from these two, was outstanding. Akshar Patel did his bit. Mukesh, I think, had an off day. So did Ashwin. Ashwin bowled well in patches, but I think he had an off day. But let's look at it this way. In the morning, everybody expected Ashwin and Akshar Patel, maybe Kuldeep to be the main weapons for India. But it turned out that a guy called Jasprit Bumrah with the old ball, where the ball was reversing, he was different. I mean, he took the entire game to a different plane, and he was absolutely magnificent. The day didn't start too well for India, although Jaiswal, who was batting on 179 last night, he got to his double hundred, a magnificent double hundred by this young Mumbai batsman. In fact, if you look at it, if you take away Jaiswal's 209, the Indian total would have been awful. They finally got 396, which in the morning we didn't think was very good. We thought we needed a minimum of 450 to put England on the mat. So 396 we thought was a below par score, and Jaiswal of course got that 209, and there was no other batsman really coming close to him. But what turned out was England did very well. Their opening batsman put up a 52-run partnership in no time, and then Crawley with his huge reach. He's about 6 feet 6 feet 6 inches tall. With his huge reach, he was really putting the bowling to the sword. But that magnificent catch by Shreyas Iyer, which dismissed him, changed the complexion of the game. But after that, it was Bumrah all along, absolutely all along. And if yesterday the Indian body language was poor, today was a different thing altogether. They just lifted themselves up. This was an India of the old. We have seen India in India literally being unbeatable. And that's because they carried themselves around as if they were the cocks of the walk, the champions. And today they showed, as soon as Bumrah got his first wicket, it was a different Indian team. The body language was brilliant, the catching was brilliant, the fielding was outstanding, and suddenly this didn't look like the Indian team which came and played yesterday. This looked like another team altogether. But at the end of the day, when you look at it, 171 runs ahead is India. 171 with 10 wickets in hand. Ideally, the batsmen who have let this Indian team down need to put their heads down and bat right through tomorrow. They need to bat right through tomorrow, the third day, maybe give England a chance to bat on the fourth day. And once they do that, and if India run up, let's say 400 runs lead, then it's going to be very, very difficult, especially as we expect the pitch maybe on the fourth day to break up in these hot and humid conditions. It should break up. There should be some cracks. And if Bumrah is able to reverse the ball like he did in the first innings, I don't think England have much of a chance. So finally, India have a lot to look forward to tomorrow. Their batsmen need to put up their hand, get the team off to a good score. 171 for no loss is a very very handy lead. Of course, England has to bat last, so they need not think that they conceded a lead of 190 in the first test and still won. This is a different ball game. You have to bat last, and batting last in India is no joke for any team. Any team. And definitely for this England team, it's not going to be easy. So India need to put up at least another 200 to 300, not 200, at least 300 runs. And if you can get a lead of about 450, then this match would be India's bag by the end of the fourth day or early on the fifth day. But we look forward to the Indian batsmen coming to the party tomorrow.